Morning, everyone. Dan the Glass Man here. I just got off the bus, took my daughter to school, and headed back home now. So we're in the Nob Hill area here. Same place as I usually do a little walkabout here, right in front of the University of New Mexico, UNM. And right here on Route 66, right on Central. I reported a video. I did a reporting yesterday on the Bricklight or Brickyard Pizza, and looks like by the time we got my daughter from school in the afternoon yesterday, they already fixed it. So we're gonna walk right past real quick, and you can see that they fixed the glass already. Look at that. Ta-da! So cool. So this property owner is on point, keeping up, but that sucks. You know, that's probably what, $300 window at least. It's so sad. And this is smart. No more windows there. It's just all metal grates. So, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the rains. So we had some rains yesterday, and you know, it was really nice. We haven't had any rain in about, you know, a downpour like that in a good 4 months. It's been at least that long. And so, you know, everyone was really enjoying the rains yesterday. And, you know, it was such a huge blessing for us, right? You know, even our son, you know, our 4-year-old was out jumping around, playing in the rain, having a good old time, just enjoying it, loving it, right? That's what we did, you know, as kids. Go and play in the rain, go have fun. But these days, you know, I do a lot of reporting on what's up in the skies, right? And how all of these chemtrails and things, and how they basically like dissipate all the clouds, right? With the chemicals, using a lot of aluminum, a lot of barium, strontium, a lot of different things that they're putting up in the trails, and leaving these lines above us, right? And just completely covering, saturating the sky. So had they not done that yesterday, the rains would have been even more torrential. But the chemtrails, they do work, and they do remove the clouds. I don't know if you can see those ones there, but they're really breaking up right now. And so yesterday, after our son was playing in the rain, he was in there for, you know, maybe 30 minutes playing in the rain, and then he went in, and Mama gave him a bath right away to make sure that he got all washed up and all clean. And that still didn't help at all. That apparently he woke up at 2 a.m. last night or in the morning, and he got sick. He woke up throwing up. And you know, we all ate the same meal. We all had tacos. It was Taco Tuesday, right? So we all had tacos. And I guess right before he went to bed, he snacked on some chips, you know, just some regular tortilla chips, nothing different or anything. And at 2 a.m. he woke up sick. So we had to wake up and, you know, clean the bedding and do all that stuff. But luckily we got Norwex, right? So we can easily clean up the mess, a lot easier than most people. So that's a blessing. But, you know, I've been up since 2 a.m. Stayed up with him. He was throwing up every 30 minutes after he got it all out. You know, then he was just like throwing up, you know, spit, bile, you know, just stomach acid. And so I was up with him, and like, you know, from about finally around 3 o'clock, we got everything cleaned up and things in the laundry. And finally he was laying on the couch. So I just figured I'd lay on the couch with him. I had to wake up at 5:30 anyways. It's already 3. I'm like, what's another 2.5 hours of no sleep? So stayed up with him. He threw up, or tried to throw up, every 30 minutes, mostly just like spit and stomach bile. And I think he's a little bit better. This morning when I left, I had to leave him with his mama, so I put him back in bed. Hopefully there's no more messes that I got to clean up when I get home. But the last time that I was out in the rain, I ended up getting sick. And when I was cleaning up his messes last night, it dawned on me, like, wait, I asked Serena, I was like, didn't I get sick last time I was in the rain? Like, I remember for sure I went out in the rain because it was such a beautiful thing. We celebrate the rain here in the desert, right? And I went out in the rain, went barefoot in the rain, right? To enjoy all the rain. And then that day or that evening, I ended up getting sick, guys. And so last night when I was cleaning up his mess, I'm remembering this, like, wait a minute. Like, didn't I get sick last time when it rained? And then the reason why that dawned on me, and that I kind of was like, the last time I got sick, I was thinking how the rains got me sick because I was barefoot. And I don't know if you guys know, but your feet, they can absorb a lot of toxins and things. And also you can extract toxins out. You can detox your body by using like onion slices and putting them on your feet or other different things. And so the feet, you can absorb things in real easily, and you can also detox things out real easily. And so I'm remembering that last time I got sick, I was like, wait, I was out in the rain, and then I just got sick. And the time before we had some rains, I remembered that I was out in the rain and I had gotten sick. So that second time, or this last time, which was like 4 or 5 months ago, and I don't really get sick, like hardly ever, maybe once a year, if that, like once every 5 years, 3 years, something like that. I rarely get sick. So when I got sick, it was quite surprising to me, and I took it in like, okay, well, why would I get sick? And so, it dawned on me. I was outside in the rain, barefoot. Then yesterday, this happens again, and our son is out there in the rain, and then he gets sick in the middle of the night. So I made a post this morning at like 2-3 a.m. saying that he was sick from possibly playing in the rain. Has anyone else been in the rain and gotten sick? And so I've got a post up on Facebook now, and a lot of individuals actually said, you know what? I was out in the rain. And I did get sick, And so, I don't know what's going on. You got one person on the street talking crap to another person on the street. Like, man, they got no love to show to each other. But I'm wondering, are any of you guys feeling any sort of sickness from being out in the rains for a long time? I don't mean like, just a couple little sprinkles here and there with your shoes on. I mean, like, are you actually out in the rains? Did you get soaked? And then did you notice that you got sick right away? Because I really do believe that we're now dealing with a heavy metal toxicity. And I looked up the symptoms of heavy metal toxicity, and it's nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. He actually had to use the bathroom last night too, and it was not diarrhea. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about disgusting things here, but let's be real and truthful and honest. It was a little bit, more not as solid as usual, okay? And so, he didn't have full-on diarrhea, but it was close. And then he was throwing up all night. The only thing that I know that helps with metal toxicities are things like cilantro. When you got to eat like a cup of cilantro a day in order for it to even work. And so these chelatins, they will actually help. If you can find medicines, herbs, things like that are chelatins that'll actually help pull the toxins out. I also learned vitamin C will help to make the toxins more water soluble, so then you can just urinate them out. Other things are mixing your vitamin C with iron and magnesium and vitamin E. Bringing up your iron, your vitamin C, vitamin E, and then the magnesium will actually help. But you have to have all those in a combination. And then, of course, water, drinking lots of water and detoxing waters, any sort of teas, any Chilean teas. If you can do a cilantro tea, I don't know if you could stomach that or if that's even what you should do, but maybe a cilantro tea would be really beneficial. Um, I don't know any other real solutions, guys, on how to detox from heavy metals, but I do believe that they've been spraying these things on us for many, many years now. And, we're either getting sick from what they're putting down on us, from what we're eating through all the GMOs, all the herbicides and pesticides. Also, the combination, I heard that it's basically like a triple threat. You get all the stuff coming from the air, you get the stuff coming from the ground, all the food that's been sprayed heavily with the herbicides, pesticides, and then also, of course, our water is tainted, right? Because the rainwater is tainted, the groundwater is tainted, and then we also are dealing with all of the jabs. All the jabs, and I'm not talking about just the one from the C-19, but I'm talking about all of them from long ago. And I still have this question to ask everyone on this entire planet, but how much mercury is safe for human consumption? How much mercury is safe for zero consumption? 0% is safe. There's no 1%. Yeah, no, 0% safe for consumption, human consumption. So why, for many, many years, for decades now, have we been putting mercury into these in order to keep them shelf stable or whatever it is? All these preservatives are messing us up, guys, and all this stuff that they're spraying up here, and then breaking up these clouds and making them look really, really weird, like. You see how it's perforated? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can zoom in or not. I'm on my phone, so my screen is real small. But I don't know if you can see how perforated this whole entire cloud is right here. And it's just going to break up more and more. I could stay here, for the next 10 minutes. I'm not going to, but I could stay here for the next 10 minutes, and we can watch this whole entire cloud just dissipate. They're not cloud seeding, guys. They're putting aluminum up in the air. The aluminum heats up because it's that much closer to the sun. It heats up the moisture, what we call clouds. It heats up that moisture, the clouds, as it goes through the aluminum, and it re-evaporates back up into a gas where, the gas is invisible, so we don't really see the gas. You don't see evaporation rising up and then forming into clouds. All we do is we see clouds form, and we see clouds dissipate. We don't see that whole in between. We don't see the invisible gas rising from the ground and going up and then forming into a cloud. We just notice that there are clouds, right? So, like I said, we could just stay here all day and watch it dissipate. They're not cloud seeding, guys, but they do have a technique called cloud seeding where they do put what are they putting? Aluminum dioxide or silver dioxide? They're putting some kind of heavy metal in the sky, and so they've admitted this, right? When we had the fires here, the Hermit's Peak fire last year, and it was a controlled burn that they had 0% containment from the beginning for weeks, and then finally they tried to start containing it. Like, isn't a controlled burn mean that that's like 100% contained? They have it contained, right? They're burning it, it's controlled, right? It's 100% contained. But no, from the beginning, 0% contained, they burned it. And so on the news here locally, our news in New Mexico, Channel 7 and Channel 4, I don't know if it was KOAT7 or KOB4 News, but one of those stations reported that our government, our militaries here, Albuquerque has Kirtland Air Force Base. We've got White Sands missile testing facility. We've got Hangar 18 where the supposed aliens are. We've got Los Alamos, Sandia Labs. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. We got Dulce up north, the secret lab underground. We got so much stuff going on here in New Mexico, right? And so they announced that they were going to start doing this thing probably through the University of New Mexico and their studies, and to see if they can put this chemical, which I believe was aluminum dioxide, but it could be silver dioxide. I'm not 100% certain on that. I would just have to look up something real quick. You guys can look it up. And then what they do is they drop that into the clouds up on the higher atmosphere, ionosphere, the stratosphere, up in that area. And when they put those heavy metals into the air, it forms ice crystals, which then forms into clouds. So they are creating clouds, but they're doing it using heavy metals, guys. So they have admitted this. It's been on the news. And unless you're paying attention to what's been going on for the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, however long they've been doing all this stuff, since the 40s or even before, they've got their stuff down. They know exactly how to create a cloud, how to dissipate a cloud, how to make us think that we're seeing real clouds, how to make y'all think that these are real clouds up here when it's really just an overcast sky sometimes, and it's just all fumes and all chemicals. And so these heavy metals are getting us sick, guys. I really do believe it. And with our son getting sick last night, that just once again, okay, do you want me to prove it to you guys? Should I just, next time it rains, I'll just go stand out barefoot and just get those heavy metals just to prove to you guys? Do you want me to do that? Because I mean, we're already breathing it in. How much? I mean, I just take it in for a day, right? And then I'll just get the cilantro therapy going, and we'll just detox my body out. But I could probably prove to you guys on the next rains, if we have any more rains. I don't know if I want to put my body through that, though, just to prove to you guys the shit that's already being out there and that they're already admitting to. I mean, isn't that the proof already? Proof's in the pudding right there, right? They already done admitted it. It's just not been admitted in front of a judge in courts and stuff like that. But they did it on the news. So they're letting us know. See, that's the thing, guys, is all of the elite, they have to let us know what they're doing. They got to let us know what's going on. It's called public disclosure, Like anytime that you get a divorce, you got to do a write-up in the newspaper. You got to do a public disclosure. You got to make a public notice to let it be known. So in case anyone wants to contest this, if you have a home that's being foreclosed or something like that, the bank's got to put that up in the newspapers. If a person passes on, we write up obituaries. These things have to be reported, guys. So whenever that they're doing anything like this, spraying stuff up in the air, they let us know. They already put it in the news. They let us know. And if we don't argue against it, then they basically have put it in public notice and we'll let you guys know, and you guys didn't have any problem or issue with it. So it's your fault. And that's how they do it. That's how they turn it on us. So they blame us for all this climate, what is it called? First it was we're about to freeze and to go back to ice age in the 80s. And then we go into global warming, and then we're in climate change. And now the climate change era is done. Last week they announced that climate change is done, and we are now in climate boiling, guys. So get ready. Get ready for more boiling. Get ready for more coral reefs to die. The water reached 103 in South Florida, down, I guess, by the Florida Keys. And those coral reefs have all turned white and basically all died. That was about a week or two ago. So I don't know if y'all are even paying attention to any of the stuff that's going on in the world, but we're the ones who are getting blamed for it, not them who are spraying things. And it's interesting, right? Like right now, there's airplanes flying in the sky, but there's not a single trail that I've seen. So that means they're not spraying trails, which means we have no weather pattern coming in from the west. That means there's no rains coming. They don't have to spray right now to block out any of the moisture. They don't have to dissipate any of the clouds. So they're not going to waste any of their chemicals or any of their product right now. They're not going to waste it when the storms aren't coming in. They only spray heavily when they start to, when the storms are about to come in. That's the only time. I can guarantee that. I've proven that on so many videos already. You know, I'll go live. I'll show you, hey, I can predict the weather. Whenever they have heavy trails, I know that there's a storm rolling in. Now, I won't say it's going to rain, though. I'll just say that we have a storm rolling in, and there's like these, you know, storm cells and clouds are going to be coming in. I'm not saying we get precipitation because I know that the cloud seeding or the cloud dissipation does work. So with that, I'm going to let y'all go. You guys can look into this as much as you want. But the individuals that are on the news, they talked about doing the cloud seeding with the aluminum dioxide up in the Four Corners region of New Mexico. So you can look that up. I don't know if it was KOAT Channel 7 News or if it was KOB TV 4 News, but it was one of those, and you can look it up. All right, well, I'm going to let y'all go. You guys have a beautiful day. Love and blessings. Keep yourself safe.